Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of the Ravenscraft Arts Interviews Project. Today, we get to have a talk with a very talented rune artist and practitioner from Sweden, Mårten Ytell, also known as Dodder. I have had a deep interest and been researching runes of all kinds in the past couple years, and when I discovered Dodder's work, I could tell that it was very unique and authentic. I first discovered his work on Instagram, and I could tell that it was a lot different than most of the people's work out there. See, there are very few artists out there that really know the true meaning and layers of the runes. But there is a certain kind of style and expression that I like. If you take a look at his work, you can see that he really understands the variety of meanings of the runes, and he knows how to express them very well in his art. It was an honor to talk with him about how he got started with his rune art and what inspired him in his life. I know that we're going to be seeing some great work from him in the future. If you have an interest in runes or Galdurstafir art, this is the interview for you. We go over some very interesting things. I put together a small promotional introduction video that I'm going to show you here before the interview, just to briefly explain a little bit about his art and what he does. I will be setting up links in the description where you can find all of Dodder's work and his websites, so go check him out, support. I know you will not be disappointed, and I hope you all enjoy this interview. First, I just want to thank and welcome you to the Ravenscraft Arts Interviews Project. Thanks for taking the time to participate in this. I'm really interested in talking with you about your art.
Thank you, man.
So the first question I want to ask you is, where are you guys from, and when did you start creating this rune art?
I'm from Sweden, northern part, or in the middle, kind of. And runes and Norse mythology has kind of always been a part of my life, really, from folkish traditions of gnomes and trolls and such. Pretty natural, actually. Early 90s, when a real big demonization of Norse mythology and symbols and such from schools and authorities kind of headed me into as a result, if you tell someone you can't do this, yeah, you're gonna do it.
Right. So you kind of said you were inspired by your family or your grandmother to start studying this?
Yeah, for sure. It's the part I'm from. It has lots of forests, and the tradition of stories about the forest is strong here. So it's natural, actually. The part of the demonization was where you said that the cultural heritage was wrong. You're a Nazi if you use the symbols, or hammer, or Odal runes, and I was like questioning what is evil.
Yeah, I don't know why they try to portray it as evil. It's just something they don't understand, and that's kind of why I'm doing this. I want to learn about the real traditional ways and the true intents behind the things that they do.
If a symbol is important to me, if it makes me feel something, I can use it for myself, like in a blood or in a ritual. And what makes me feel that's important. Like the values I put in it are different from the other guy, but that doesn't matter, does it?
Right.
It brings out in me. That's important. Yeah. So I don't know if someone wanted me to be a part of summoning a demon. That would be a problem because I don't believe in demons per se.
Right. I just think it's about being more self-aware and recognizing the energies of dark and light and knowing how to use them to benefit you. Do you believe that working with magic and Odin can kind of inspire creativity and confidence?
Yeah. Search for wisdom and the breaking of norms. Female or male, if it's considered bad or evil, he doesn't care. Neither should we. And like Fenris as a symbol, or Angerboda, or Freya.
Yeah, I agree with you. I feel like being open and diverse is the best way to be and the best way to get results and the benefits in the workings with these things.
It has to evolve, right? It's 2,000 years old, but it has to still evolve.
Right.
Does it? Like I am thinking about the Odinists and the traditionalists. Actually the traditionalists are the Odin didn't care about the male or female aspect. He hang in a fucking tree for 9 days. Yeah. He was considered womanly. I don't. He's a great shaman. I want to be like that. And the Odinists and the traditionalists, like, women should be in the kitchen giving birth. Well, I say fuck you, because it's important. It's a lot of strong, important female symbols and deities like Angerboda, Freya, the Norns were, as I see it, the most powerful entities.
Yeah, there's a lot of different themes and different ways people tell the stories and the myths, so it's very interesting to hear the different ways people interpret these things. I really think it's important to understand these things.
You mix up the Viking heathen thing with Christian. Actually, the worst thing for the North was when Ansgar came to Sweden. So that was a bad deal for women.
Right.
And people who's sharing my symbols are agreeing with Ansgar. Yeah, not Torhund or Odin. So.
Yeah, and I agree with the traditions and, keeping it real to the old practices and true. That's why I'm kind of talking to people like you to really, learn the real traditions so that we can teach it to the newer people like me that are new to the subject.
We should celebrate all aspects of life and not like condemn or taboo the female body. The female practice of religion, all those things disappeared when Christianity came to Sweden or the north. I think we should be different. We should celebrate all aspects and use them to our advantage, just like Odin.
So I wanted to ask, do you personally have any patron gods or certain energies that you work with that have helped you in your personal life, or any deities that you connect with well?
Tyr, the spiritual warrior, kind of helped me, and Odin, of course. I think I can. The Thurisas can help us actually to control chaos, to be a part of it, not fight it. Obviously, I would use Odal, Tyr, maybe Fair for spiritual wealth. It kind of depends on who you are. If I have someone who wants me to create a bindrune for them, I use I talk to them and I use what's important to them aspects, and I really have to use my interpretation of the runes for the actual rune. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They kind of trust what I do and just roll with it, and then it works.
Right.
Like a Galder, they want a impressive piece because that's impressive. They want it big, or they want it intricate. I prefer actually simple designs myself. I want clarity. I want. It's like I don't have to hide behind. I like simplicity. I
Right.
like, yeah.
It's kind of easier just to be truthful, because when you're exposed, you have nothing to hide. I'm learning these things myself, so I just wanted to ask you if you were open to collaborating or creating a project in the future with maybe some of your work, or participating in a video about runes and kind of an explanation of your art.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I know you've seen what I've been doing with the promotional videos. I'm trying to kind of provide entertaining education. So I think, what you do and what I do, we could make something pretty cool. So
For sure, man. I think what you're doing for the growing heathen community is awesome because it's educational. Yeah,
right,
I like that. I like that. We're doing good work here.
right. And as you can see, I've had some amazing people get involved. Like, I've reached out to a lot of people, and I was surprised who responded back. I don't know if you've contacted anyone over there that you could mention that you've had experiences. I mean, I don't know how it is over there in Sweden, if there's any community involvement or things like this that you can study magic, or any groups that you're involved with.
Actually, I'm in a group called Hälsinge Ulvhednar with some friends, and we're doing a lot of research, forming a kind of community, say self-sustaining. It's mostly I get inspired by, if that's what you're asking.
Yeah, like, do you have any books or any people that you really get your work from, that you study from?
Actually, just I get inspired by a lot of things, like a lot of tattoo artists. Actually, I really like their art, like Nidhugg tattoo, Konst på kroppen, Denmark, very good. Colin Day, yeah, and there's my own. Me and my wife do a lot of stuff in blood religion. I usually carve stuff into skulls, like bind runes and stuff. Put some nice stones on it and stuff. She does jewelry mostly. Uh,
Yeah,
but
I've
that's
seen
the
that. You guys do awesome art. You guys, I look for your posts like every day. What you guys do is really good. And I'm really about supporting people that sell quality products, because there's a lot of fake stuff out there, and it's about your intention and how you create it. And I can see that you guys kind of know what you're doing, and there's good intention in it. So, I support and connect with people that do that, because I think it's really important to get, real items to work with.
yeah, and it's kind of hard actually because it's every piece is unique. We don't mass produce. It's like I got a very nice seal skull, yeah, and I have only one of them, and I do everything by hand. There's no machine. There's no like, everything is created in inspiration. It's kind of the same thing. I like those better than the paintings, though. I hate the paintings. If I part with them, I almost like set fire to them because I hate them so much.
Wow.
It takes a lot of me. Yeah, it does. I put a lot of time and effort and anxiety in it. But when it comes out with a powerful image, it speaks to someone. It's kind of worth it.
Yeah, that's kind of part of being an artist. I realize that too. When you create something, you just, you want it to be exactly what you're trying to express, and you just get mad when it's not right. But the stuff you release, I can say is very good. So, don't be upset with anything. What you're doing is good. So,
Thank you.
yeah. So I just wanted to, ask you if you had anything you wanted to mention to anyone out there, anything upcoming, or anything you kind of wanted to say to people.
we're evolving. We're expansive in Blood Religion, and in my own account, Dowder, and my wife's account, The Grave Hag, and we're doing different aspects, both her and I. I'm really interested in where this is going. It was never about the sales, actually. It's like I get an idea, and because I got that idea, I have to do it. It could be a song, it could be a novel, it could be a painting, it could be a skull. I just have to do it, you know?
Right.
Yeah. And, and that's what I wanted to say, actually. Be free, man. Do what you want to do. If it's satanic or North, do it. Because if it cooks your noodle, do it.
Right. All right, man. Well, I didn't want to take up too much of your time. You know what we do. We collaborate and create projects with people, so hopefully we can plan something in the future here. I hope to stay in touch with you, and we look forward to seeing more of your work.
Yeah, thank you, man. Good to talk to you.
All right. Just want to say thanks again to Mårten for sitting down and talking with us about his expressions and the way he creates his art. It's always very interesting to me to understand and see the different ways people work with these things and create things. So I appreciate everyone that's involved with this project. We have plans in the future for a few collaborative project series. They are going to be a variety of more focused topics and things that we can study and learn from. So I'm excited and honored to be creating videos for you all to enjoy and working with these great artists. I hope some of you out there are getting something from these videos and getting some value from the things that I create, and maybe pushing you to create yourself. We are open to helping anyone out, or anyone that wants to get involved in this interview project, or possibly creating some future projects or videos in the future. Go check out Daughter and Grave Hag on Instagram. They got some great artwork and things that you should see. I appreciate all the viewers and supporters, and like I always say, stay on the positive path.